Hey guys, Verblended95, we're going to live from look at a prison cell. I've been doing some thinking. And it's been worrying me a little bit. So, remember, I think I know I've mentioned it a lot of times, and I've mentioned it very less than endearingly. The video done by the official Death Battle research team of the top 10 death battles that need to happen. Now, many of the entries on that list, as a matter of fact, most of them, are very good, very sensible, and not to take away from them, but they were more than likely going to happen anyway, so them suggesting it might not have that much to do with it. But I have been worrying, because a lot of those fights have happened, or in Solid Snake versus Sam Fisher's case, are happening. Like, again, Solid Snake, Sam Fisher. Hat was on the video. It's happening Wednesday. And it looks amazing. Chris Sabat doesn't... I don't think Chris Sabat makes a great snake, but everyone else makes fantastic. Yeah, it's funny how the actual voice actor isn't really as good as that. But anyway, Majin Buu Kirby happened, and that one was considered to be ridiculous. Godzilla Gamera happened. What is I mean, there's more of them. But, like, you know, and there's ones that I don't think should happen. I mean, Little Mac versus Rocky Balboa, I get where they're coming from, but let's admit it, that's not going to happen. Ganondorf Dracula, yeah, that's probably gonna happen. Mega Man Astro Boy, that's probably gonna happen. Spyro versus Crash, that better fucking happen. Jak and Daxter, Ratchet and Clank, yeah, probably. But, there's one video in particular that I know there's one episode in particular that I know I've complained and prayed it does not happen. And that would be Mewtwo versus Silver the Hedgehog. The theme would be psychics, and really, you're gonna come up with psychics, and you're gonna use Silver and Mewtwo? When I think of a psychic, I think of, like, Professor Xavier, Ishizu Ishtar, Raven Baxter. You know, I don't think of a hedgehog from the future and the clone of the genetic building block for 700 different species. But anyway, that's why I thought Trunks versus Silver, that's why I was so like, yeah, that fight would be fucking awesome. Mainly because it would be awesome. But also because just by that existing, it sort of puts down Mewtwo versus Silver happening. And yes, I know I said I wanted Mewtwo Frieza, and no, I'm not saying I don't want that anymore, aren't thinking of it because of a 1-minute melee, it's just... Now that the fight I'm going to announce next is here, I'm willing to not have Mewtwo Frieza if having this means I won't have to see Mewtwo versus Silver. So yeah, basically you can consider this my second piece of why Silver versus Mewtwo shouldn't happen. The first was Silver Trunks, which you should totally go watch. It was one of my better episodes. This one is now Mewtwo versus Blackwargreymon. In the same way Silver and Trunks was perfect, in the way that, okay, two, you know, people who were sent to the past, you know, to save the future that, you know, would inevitably just, you know, cause destruction. This is great because it's two clones of very, very powerful beings within their own universes who destroy their creators, more or less, and walk the path of, you know, what is my purpose, what do I do with my life, and not to mention, they're both fucking badass anti-heroes, so let's get into this. Mewtwo. I'm assuming they would choose the Mewtwo from the first movie and from Mewtwo Strikes Back, And unfortunately, the Mewtwo from the Genesis movie, in terms of canon, has been announced that it is not the same one. Fuck you, bus outside that's making all that noise. So, yeah, sorry, no Mega Evolution. What? Do we need it? It's fucking Mewtwo, guys. Do we need a Mega? This Mewtwo being created as a clone of Mew by a scientist whose daughter died and had his wife left him, and then the daughter created a telepathic link with Mewtwo and gave him his first, explanation of what life is, and then when she vanished, he was truly left alone in sadness. Then when the laboratory dudes tried to create him, he got all pissed and killed them all and blew up the island. 4 kids. Then he proceeded to rebuild the island, rebuild the laboratory, and start studying enough about genetics to find out how to make super clones such as himself out of all other Pokemon. Then he brainwashed a Nurse Joy from thousands of yards away, created a hurricane with his mind, and brought forth some of the most powerful Pokemon trainers in that area so that he could get their Pokemon, clone them, and then have the clones destroy them. So then, after turning Ash into stone, with the assistance from Mew, he realized that, and then there's the famous quote, "I understand now, the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It's what you do with this gift of life that really matters." Now, I would like to bring up a few points. First of all, Mewtwo in that movie was shown lifting up several Pokemon, mainly due to his training from the suit Giovanni built him, which was meant to exert his own psychic energy against his body whenever he used it, thus making it not only so that his power was more enhanced from the suit and his body was more enhanced from being exposed to the psychic energy, a la Magneto, it did succeed in where it meant to succeed in giving him lethal, calculating control and precision with his psychic power. But let me make another point here. Yeah, so he was able to lift up all these Pokemon. You combine, I guess what they would do would be combine the weight of all of the Pokemon shown, and they'd be like, okay, Mewtwo is capable of lifting this much, at least, with his psychic power. Secondly, Mewtwo, or a Mewtwo's most powerful move would be, of course, Psystrike. A more powerful version of Psyshock, which uses the special attack from the user to do physical damage against the opponent's physical defense. So you have a high special attacker like Mewtwo going against someone with high special defense but low physical defense, that guy's getting shreked. Now let's talk about Blackwargreymon. Blackwargreymon being one of the virus Digimon of, who else but Wargreymon, was one of the few, if not only, virus Digimon to be given true free will. Now, of course, him being a clone, he decided to do the thing and say, hey, that guy looks like me, I'm going to try to kill him. If only that worked out in real life. So, Blackwargreymon, being very similar in terms of moveset and power to Wargreymon, except he is supposedly more powerful than Wargreymon. Eventually, after, they stopped the whole virus Digimon thing, he sort of walked alone. He walked the path of a warrior. He became a Ryu, a Hiei, an Asriel, or whatever you want to say. He just roamed around looking for people to fight and become more powerful. His reason for existing was fighting and becoming more powerful until he met Agumon and he said, hey, you need some friends. That should be your reason, that should be your purpose, because Blackwargreymon, like Mewtwo, didn't have a reason for his existence. And then Blackwargreymon sacrificed himself in order to save the Digidestined. Also, I'd imagine, I should get this out of the way, I'd imagine in the same way we'd not be getting a Mega Evolution, we probably would not be seeing Blackwargreymon X, even though that's literally pretty much just Blackwargreymon with the X antibody, but I'm assuming we wouldn't get that. But anyway, Blackwargreymon has many versions of Wargreymon's attacks. Instead of Terra Force, it's Terra Destroyer. Instead, he has the Draymon destroyers, like Wargreymon, and he has the Black Tornado instead of the what's it called? The Power Tornado or something. Yeah. Anyway, but the most powerful of them is definitely the Terra Destroyer, where he focuses all of the, unlike Wargreymon, who flies up into the atmosphere and gathers all of the energy from the atmosphere to concentrate it and fire it into a giant fireball. Blackwargreymon creates a concentrated giant fireball out of anywhere, so it doesn't have to fly up to the atmosphere to do it, so it's much more practical. He fires the concentrated negative energy of the planet, not bad emotions or bad intentions. This isn't the fucking Revenge Death Ball. But, it's all of the negative energy, so all of the evil energy. And the Dramon Destroyers are tools specifically that can only be held by Pokemon with Digimon with Dragon Digimon attributes in them, that are meant specifically, or that are most effective against other Dragon attribute Digimon. They do work against other Digimon, just they're most effective. They're meant to kill Dragon attribute Digimon. Let's go into the analysis. I really hope my clock doesn't run out here. Now, this is tough to call. It's a little bit of a check and balance of the fact that Mewtwo can destroy an island, but Blackwargreymon can destroy a continent. Blackwargreymon can create tornadoes, Mewtwo can create hurricanes. Mewtwo is a lot faster than Blackwargreymon. Blackwargreymon has a lot more defense. He's a lot bulkier. Blackwargreymon's a much more combat and overpowering fighter, whereas Mewtwo is a much more controlling and manipulative fighter. But let's talk about, if I had to pick one decisive winner, this is only on theory, but let's put it this way, this is just food for thought at this point. Psystrike. Now, like I said, it works specifically on the opponent's physical defense. Blackwargreymon is very durable, and not only that, has a shield, the Brave Shield, which can deflect many powerful attacks, so that's something. But also take into consideration that Terra Destroyer uses negative energy, evil energy, or if you will, dark energy. Not too dissimilar from the move Dark Pulse, which is a dark move, which would be, and that would mean that Terra Destroyer would be a dark-type move in the Pokemon universe, thus super effective against Mewtwo. I know I'm going really fast, but my clock is running out here. Like I said, only on theory, if we could just disregard that, unless we can find some basis to prove that on, I can't choose one. This is so fucking close. Now, granted, you look at Blackwargreymon and you look at Mewtwo and you say, it's easy to say Blackwargreymon wins because, he looks fucking badass. Mewtwo doesn't look that badass. But then you watch what they do and you realize Mewtwo has a lot of power behind him. So with that taken into account, I really don't know who to choose here. You guys in the comments are probably going to try to school me on this, but I can't fucking choose. I really don't know which one. They're both insanely badass, first of all, so I can't even use favoritism. But it's really, really like, way too close for me to pick one. Which is probably why this would make a better death battle than Mewtwo versus Silver. And with that being said, Purple Engine 95, see ya.